Okay, here we go. If y'all need anything, like I said, please, please, please unmute, ask questions. I want this to be really interactive because I know what it is like to see one more thing being added and feel like, man, that looks amazing, but I do not have the bandwidth to figure out one more app and one more space and one more place. And I really want this to be something that empowers you guys. If you have not, go to your phone right now, download the app. It should look like this when you pull it up. I don't know. I don't think that it's different on an Android. Y'all can tell me if it was, for those of you that said that you used an Android. But this app has changed so many things for me, and I just started using it. I do not claim to be an expert in this, but it is 1000% something that I do not want to wait to be able to share with you, because it will streamline the way that you feel about customer care, about your messages and follow-ups, your training, your onboarding, the way that you share with your team. And like I said, I know what it's like to have that bandwidth where you'll sit down and you'll think, okay, I'm going to message 10 people, and you jump into your back office and then you make your list. But then for a lot of us, the next thought is, well, what am I going to send them? And what are the steps? And we kind of freeze with fear, right? Because we think that we have to have the next perfect thing or the next perfect message to be able to send to people. Ooh, just one second. Let me make sure everybody is muted. Okay. And so I really, really feel like this is something that's going to change things for so many of you. All right. I am going to pop in our chat real quick. Everybody has it downloaded. Okay. I want you guys, and I'm going to walk you through this. Baker, I'm going to send you a board to send to everybody. Will you pop it in the chat? Because I won't be able to while I'm on my
I think I should be able to do that.
Yeah, I'll put it in our group chat, and then will somebody pop it in the chat on Zoom while I make sure everybody is muted. Okay. So my team is somebody on my team is gonna pop in this link. What I want you to do, and I'm gonna start sharing again, is I want you to click on that link. And what you're going to do when you click on that link, you're going to see this next picture. When you click on that link, and let me know if this does not work for you. Like I said, I want this to be very walkthrough, so you guys are actually learning how to do this. When you click on that link, you're going to have it pop up. And it's going to say, the one that I shared with you guys is not onboarding. It's called products. You're going to put in your email address. And I'm going to pull up the chat so that I can see what you guys are there. Perfect. So Baker just put that in there. Click on that link. It's going to open it up. It'll look like that very first picture. It's going to say products. It's got a little plant above it. Enter in your email address. And then click join board. When you click join board, that second picture is going to pop up. It's going to say you're in. It might say that onboarding, or well, for you, it'll say products is waiting for you inside of the boards app. This is a board that I kind of morphed from a couple of different things. But once I share it with you this way, and I'm going to teach you guys how to share these two with your teams. Just click open boards. Okay, everybody good with this? I hate that I don't have it up that I can actually see everybody's faces at the same time. I'm going to do it this way so that I can see. Alyssa, you're on my screen. Did you get it okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. If anybody needs more time, this is always the teacher in me. Stop me, tell me, because I want this, like I said 1,000 times now, I want it to be interactive and everybody is doing this together to really be able to conquer it. Okay. So next step. Oh, I can't see who's not muted. Okay. Next step. Once you open up that board, it should look like this for you, where it'll say right here, it's going to say products, but then it has all of the different products in it. Does everybody see that okay? Now, what happens right now is that because I made that board, I don't want y'all to be able to edit what I have in there, right? Because I have it the way I like it right now. And so what we need to do is we need to copy that board so that now it's going to be yours. And then you can edit it any way that you want. So what you're going to do first, everybody should have this where it says view only. Up at the top here, and I'm going to walk through this on my screen too, just to make sure that I'm telling y'all the right thing. Up at the top, if you're in that board where it says view only, you're going to click the 3 dots and it will say select or delete board. Does everybody see that? Oh, Darcy, I love seeing your face. Do you have that on yours?
I guess.
Okay, so click those 3 dots. And then it's going to come up when you select select. You'll be able to highlight everything that's in that board. Can y'all do that okay? So I want you to select every single thing that's in that board. It's got every single product. I'm going to walk you through what this looks like. And I get so giddy. Those of you that don't know me really well, I get so excited about stuff. And this literally is just like, I love it. Okay, so select every single thing in that group. Or even for right now, if you want to just select a couple, that's fine too. When you've selected everything, what you're going to do is hit copy down at the bottom. And then I'm going to go through. There. When you do that, now we need to make a new board for you. So back up, actually, let me go back to this one. Do y'all see where this little arrow is at the top of your board? We want to go back to your home screen. So click, you can't mess anything up at this point. I promise you, we can redo it. We can restart if you click a wrong button by any mistakes or whatever, but click this top button where it says selected and however many you've selected, click this little arrow at the top, and then your screen should look like this very first picture here. Does everybody have that? It won't look exactly like this because you don't have any boards in yours yet, but it'll say products, and then underneath of that, it should say create board. Miss Megan, you're on my screen. Giordano, I'm sorry if I butchered your last name. Did that work for you? Okay, so you're going to click create board. And what that's going to do now, it's going to bring up this next picture on the right. And you're going to be able to name your board. So you can call it products again. You can call it whatever you want. But name that board. And then at the bottom, do you see where it says paste here? You're basically taking every single thing and pasting it now into that new board that you've created. I'm going to stop sharing just for a second and get the census of what everybody sees. Jennifer Jones, I love seeing your face. Isn't it Cheryl? This makes me so excited. Did it work for you guys? Okay, so now that board is yours. If you open up that board, it will have, and you can add to this. I'm going to show you how to do it, but isn't this, y'all, doesn't this just blow your mind? Like, I just feel like we should all be like Alita and sing for just a hot second, because it just makes me so giddy excited. It's like every single thing that we go into Facebook, or then we go to the help center, and we go to here and we go to here, and just wait until I show all of the stuff to you. But this one I just did for products because it's pretty much basic streamlined for every single person, right? So at the top of it, what you should have now, this is just like a little product thing that we made for our team. It's pretty universal. There are some things on there that you're going to want to change if you're not on my team, but it'll be a good starting point for each of you. The PV list, if you now go down through and you open up, like if y'all click on triplex, that opens up a whole nother folder. And within that, there's videos, there's guides, there's all the things that you'll be able to use. Every single product is like that. I tried to at least put in like the little picture graphic that our amazing assistant made to send over to people, and then a video in the PDF. You can click, you're not going to get every single thing in the 20 minutes that we're going to be on here. But you can click on those things now, save them to your computer, save them to your phone, and then be able to send them on. So if you have somebody that's like, man, I just want some more information about BioCleanse, go to products, go to BioCleanse, send them the video. Now, if you have things that you love to be able to do, or that you love to be able to send, let me share this with you. I'm going to teach you guys kind of how to add things really quick, and I'm recording this, so I'll send it back out. I know for me, sometimes I need to do it, see it, say it, and then watch it back and then do it again to really be able to learn stuff. So I'll send this to everybody when we get done. But here's how you add things and how you share things. So we created our own board within that. Okay, now to be able to add to it, if you go back into that board, do you see the plus sign down at the bottom? So this very first thing here. If you click on that plus sign, this next picture pops up. You can add anything. Now this board is yours. You can add anything you want to this board. It's not going to mess up Cheryl's or Jennifer's or mine or Baker's or whoever, because now this board is yours. So if you want to add something to, like if you're clicking the triplex, if you have a video that you love about triplex, when you're in that triplex folder, click that plus sign, it's going to go into that for you. The nice thing about this, and the piece that I love, is you can use it on your computers or on your phones. I have a MacBook, and so I have it uploaded on there too, and it's interchangeable. Like it whatever you do on one space, it's going to save it to everything, if that makes sense. So that's how you can add your own content to this. If you notice at the top of the products, that PDF, the way that you add it changes the way that it's viewed on that screen. So if you have a link, like a YouTube link, you'll want to click YouTube, because then it shows as a YouTube link so that you can copy and paste it that way. Okay. All right. Next thing, just real quick. If you want to share a board with a person, so the way that I shared this with you guys tonight, if you guys go up and you just click on, I'm actually going to show you this piece of it, just so that you can see both. Do you guys see that little, it looks like a little box, and then it has the arrow pointing up. If you want to just share a board with somebody, but you don't want them to be able to copy it, you click that little up arrowed box, and it's going to pop up so that you can just share a link, and then they'll be able to open it. If you would like to share it with somebody the way that we did, and the way that I'll share the rest of them, if you click the person with the plus sign at the top, it will pop up, and then it looks like this. Sorry, my internet service is so slow tonight. I think maybe it was some of the storms that we're having. Okay. It will look like this. You want to create an invite link. And then when you click on that link there, it's just going to pop up and say copied, and it actually copies it right to your board. And then you can send and you can message anybody with that. And then they'll be able to click on that link, same thing that we did at the beginning. They'll put in their email address. It'll copy it to their boards. I'm going to share my screen with my boards and just show you guys some of the really cool, and I'll share every single one of these links I'll put them in with leaders, and Alita can message me, Cheryl can message me. I know Bethany's team, I'll put this stuff in your group chat too. But once you're in, I mean, this stuff, y'all, it just blows my mind how amazing this app is. Let me share my actual boards with you. If you have any questions, unmute right now just to make sure that everybody is getting it and all at the same space. But these are some of the boards that I've created for our team. And like I said, I'll share them with you guys too. But if you go in, you can save everything in here, like your sequencing, all of your favorite podcasts, your growth pieces. But look, this one just makes me so happy, because how many of you guys have ever felt like, I want to go in and I want to be able to send the messages to people, but I don't know what to send. It's the same customer care. My team has heard me say this over and over and over again: work smarter, not harder, right? If you find yourself saying the same thing every time somebody goes to order and you want to be able to send your link in that sequence, instead of saving it to my notes section now and scrolling down through my notes, I have all of it saved into these boards. So this is a whole one on messaging. I mean, and every single time that you click on one of these, there's individual messages within. So if you have somebody that was ready to order, but maybe hasn't ordered yet, if you want to ask somebody about the business, there's different messages within the business tab. So every single message for follow-up can be in here. Welcome pack options, the same things that you type over and over and over again, right? A 109 welcome pack. I want to be able to go in and pick these from people, and then I want to be able to send them what it is. You can add text into this, you can add graphics into this, and then just be able to go in and copy and paste it. If you have somebody that's brand new to sharing, what that looks like, the getting started guides, so that you can go in and you can just grab them quick to be able to send over to people. This app, it will take a little bit of time probably to get to know it and to see what all you can add into it. But I really feel like this is something that I've been waiting for a really long time, right? Like I have been waiting for Plexus to come out with an app that we can just go in and be able to use really quickly. But I think that this is even better, especially because when somebody's done, you know, I mean, we're one Plexus through and through, and to be able to have like you guys go in and create a board that you absolutely love, and then you can share it with your teams and you can share it with your downline. You know, you can customize it the way that your team does things and the message sequence that you have. I am floored at the possibilities that y'all can do with this. So I'm gonna stop talking for a second and open it up if you guys have any questions, but I will absolutely share all of the boards that I have with your team leaders, or you guys, anybody that's on here, just message me privately if there's stuff that you weren't getting that you need. And you, same thing for every single one of them, y'all. You just click the link, put in your email address, make it yours, create that new board, make it yours, and then play around with it. Here's what I do want to say with this. I know that sometimes speaking from complete a vulnerability standpoint, when I hit Emerald and I got into the Jewel page, I didn't even know that page existed. And I started looking at all of the things that people were doing and the messages that they were sending and the events that they were putting on. And I was like, man, I got to go do this now, and I got to do this now, and now I'm doing this wrong. This app and people sharing these things with you is not to abandon the things that you've already been doing, right? Hear me loud and clear with that. I don't want you to get this app and then think that it's another sense of overwhelm where I've got to do what this person is doing. And well, if this is their messaging sequence, I've got to change everything. Don't change what you're doing, especially if it's working. Just put your stuff into it to make it easy on you. If there's something in there that you think is going to work for you, use it. But if it's like, yeah, nope, that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I probably spent like 15 or 20 hours. Darcy and I were talking about this today because people were dropping stuff in our Jewel page. And we were both like, yeah, that's a lot of extra bandwidth. And we just don't know if we have the space and the place for this right now. And finally, this weekend, I was like, you know what, I got to do this. And so I spent, and I was from Amazing Jewels. There was nothing wrong with what they were doing, but I spent time customizing it for me in the way that it made sense to me, the way that I share things. I don't love tons of little icons. You can change the icons. So I changed all of my icons so they match, because my organization and ADD stuff just goes into overdrive when there's tons of things. Maybe you love fireworks exploding all over your page. I don't know. But make it yours. Don't just, eat it up because it's something that somebody else is doing, but a 1000% think that this can change things for you and change things for your team, right? Like if you can just tell your team like, hey, download this free app. I'm going to send you all of the message follow-ups that you'll need so that you don't really have to dig through, or even starting small, right? I know that when we get really excited about stuff, you're going to jump off this call and be like to your leaders and be like, hey, download this new app and here's 72,000 different boards that I'm going to send you links to. Start with just products. Like we just did, right? Start with just the products, let them see what the products are, get them used to that. And then maybe send them like, hey, here's the duplication in how to find your website. And here's some different graphics that you can use, and get them started. Know your leaders, because that's also a thing that I do, is just spew 9,000 things to people. So those are my 2 little disclaimers with it. But any questions before we hop off?
It was so good, Bree. Thank you so much. Seriously, it was so helpful.
I love you, Tits. You are welcome.
Hi, Bree. You said you would share everything. Can you share that first one again as well? Just I came in a little late. So
Yeah, absolutely.
thank you.
Why don't here, let me, I'll stop recording so that we can use this as a training for other people. If y'all want to stay on, I'll share some of the ones that I use the most right now. I'll just pop them into the chat, and then you won't have to do 9,000 different messages. Sound good? Okay.